Hello, this is a short little tutorial video on composition and whether it's your concept art or your figure drawing and rule of thirds. So what I see a lot of in my student submissions is, let's imagine that this little box I'm drawing right here is the student's paper. And what I'll see with their figure drawings is they'll have, figure sketch here, figure sketch here, figure sketch here, and then basically they have to do maybe 12 sketches for a project, and they end up squishing them all onto one page. And then, especially when we get to the corners or the side of your page, we'll start to see legs and feet being shortened and arms being shortened, because when you're trying to cram a bunch of drawings onto one page, your subconscious is thinking, oh no, I'm out of room. I'm running out of room. I better make this leg or this arm much shorter than it is in real life. So my first bit of advice for you is kill trees. Don't be precious about saving your paper, okay? Do one gesture sketch per page. Let yourself have room to make your figures expressive and have their arms, out in the middle of nowhere, out, stretching into the universe. Let your figures, be able to move their arms and legs. Do one gesture sketch per page. And then you can bring your gesture sketches into Photoshop and do what's called a sketch dump, where you cut all your gesture sketches out and you make a little collage on one page. And that's totally good. Okay, so the next thing is, when you're doing concept art, or you're doing a more finished sketch, or you're doing a long pose for your gesture sketch, I see students making their concept sketch, and then like a body part is like off the page, or they run out of room. So again, a leg or an arm gets shrunken here. So don't do this. Before you begin your concept drawing or your long pose for your life drawing class, mark out where your figure or your sketch is going to be on your page. Just make very super light lines representing the boundaries of your drawing. And then if you're doing your gesture sketch or your initial sketch, and you end up needing a little bit more room, you have that room because you made the boundaries well inside the confines of your page, right? So before you do a long pose or a concept sketch, mark in the boundaries of where your sketch is going to go lightly with like a 2H or a 4H pencil, and then you have room in case it goes outside the boundaries. But if you completely mess up and you do end up having like a foot come off the page, tear up your paper and start again, okay? Life is too short to have bad drawings where you're trying to fix something that wasn't working to begin with, okay? So the next thing is rule of thirds. Imagine your page being divided into, and when I say page, I mean this area here that you're going to be putting your sketch in, not the whole page. So, this is where I'm talking about the rule of thirds. So imagine your composition being divided into 3 horizontal parts and 3 vertical parts. You can either choose to place the subject in the center of your page and create what's called a symmetrical composition, or you can put your focal point on one of these intersecting points. But when I say focal point, I usually mean the face or some interesting part of the figure that you are making the viewer look at. Okay. And, place that focal point on one of these intersecting points, and then you'll create an asymmetrical balance. And then the rest of the figure will fill out the page like that. And that creates asymmetrical balance. Okay. So use rule of thirds. In summary, what I do not want to see any more of is people who are down here in the bottom of the frame, and then all the space above and over here. Or, a situation where you have like your action in your design down here in this corner, and then like someone's body part is off the end of the page. And then there's all this extra space here and here. So I don't want to see that. Okay, plan out your drawing before you begin by marking the center of your page where the composition is going to go. And then use the rule of thirds so that you can create a nice composition. Okay, I hope that's helpful for you.